Welcome to this week's edition of Sun News Blazer Beat. I'm Troy Grimmond.
And I'm Brant Farsko. Thanks for tuning in.
Blazers men's basketball finds themselves in a slump, dropping their fourth game in a row against Tarleton State University. It has been a rough 2 weeks for the Blazers as they lost to Abilene Christian University this past week, and their record in conference play dropped to 3 wins and 6 losses. Both losses over these 2 weeks have been more than 10 points. However, the Blazers travel home to take on the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley today at 7, an attempt to break out of the slump. On the contrary to the men's team, the women's squad is kicking off a 2-game winning streak, routing Tarleton 75-48. Maddie Warren was a walking bucket this game, putting up 27 points along with 7 rebounds. Brianna Gillen followed close behind Warren with a 22-10 rebound double-double. The Blazers are currently facing off against UT-RGV right now.
After finishing last in regular season standings, head coach Chris Feinhauer explains why this team will have a better outcome.
Well, our team goal is to win the WAC championship. It's our 4th year in the conference, and we've been as high as 4th. Last year was a struggle, and we finished near the bottom, but I feel like we have the right group of guys, and we think winning the conference championship is a reasonable goal. We're trying to pitch better. That's number one. We've done a really good job as a team of putting in some new things, that goals, standards that our guys are doing a great job of living up to daily, whether that's in the weight room, whether that's on the field. But we're doing a really nice job on the mound and defensively, and we think that'll carry us.
You have a brand new pitching coach. What do you expect from him this season?
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job. The guys respect him, and he expects a lot out of them. And he's done a fantastic job with them and growing them on and off the field. I think just hearing a different voice is always good. Whether that's any coach on the field, anytime they get a chance to learn new things and to get a different verbiage or terminology of how to do something and how to direct them, that's always good, and he does a nice job with that. I like our talent level a lot. We've done a great job in the weight room. Our guys have done a lot of things together, whether that be on the field, off the field, team bonding, and really excited to have a different team in the other dugout and see how they respond and what happens. Honestly, we always try and prepare for just playing the game. That's something that's on our pregame schedule every day. It doesn't say who we're playing against. It says we're competing against the game. So regardless who's in the other dugout, it's just all about playing the game the right way and at a high level.
On the other hand, the Utah Tech softball team is coming off a killer season after being named the WAC regular season champs. Here's how some of the athletes plan for another successful season.
I think last year especially we had a good team coming in strong. We have a lot to live up to this year. We have a lot of new faces, but I think we came in this year ready to work hard and get our job done, and we know what's ahead of us, so I'm excited for it. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing for me this year is I've gotten to see things from a different perspective coming back from an injury, and I think seeing things from the outside in, I think we have great chemistry, and I think that's important when you have a lot of young ones and a smaller upperclassmen group. So I think our goal this year should be bring those ones in, train them our ways, and then as we leave, let them carry on the legacy. So I think we have a great senior class. Obviously we have Laura Lockard, Larry, Rachel Campbell, Oakley Trout, myself, and then Tyler Denhart. Those are our seniors. Big shout out to them. I think they're a great group that follow by example, and are leaders on and off the field. No matter what, we're always there to help our teammates out, and I think we have a few freshmen that are going to be able to reach those mark by the time that they're upperclassmen.
When I'm going throughout the season, I try to keep in mind that at the end of the day, it's a game and I love it. I try to remind myself how much I love my team, how much I love my coaches, and I try to remember the little girl inside of me who wished one day to be where I am right now. Yeah, that's probably the biggest impact it's had on my life. My entire family played sports when I was growing up. We all played softball, and it's always just brought me such joy to be on the field and be competing with everyone I love. I know that I'm going to get knocked down, but I think within myself, it's what I do to get back into it that makes me proud of myself. I know that if I'm going to have a rough game, I'm going to be here at the crack of dawn the next day, trying to hit my way back into it, trying to prove myself at practice. In pregame, I want to earn my spot back if I feel like I failed.
Playing for the first time since October, the Utah Tech men's golf team swings back into action. The team heads to Palm Desert, California to play in the Wyoming Desert Classic to begin the spring season. This tournament hosts 16 teams at the Classic Club Golf Course. This Arnold Palmer designed championship golf course features 18 holes, a clubhouse, a gift shop, and a restaurant. Last year, the Trailblazers finished 12th out of 16 teams. This year, the tournament will be played February 6th through the 8th. As for underwater achievements, the Utah Tech swim team congratulates Kira Mallory for being recognized as the Overachiever Athlete of the Week. With the university record time in the 1,000, the 650-yard freestyle, Kira Mallory shows what it takes to compete at the Division I level.
I grew up in Southern California, so really close to the beach, lots of water sports, and so my parents just put me in swimming and just never stopped. So, my coaches have been pushing me pretty hard, just in the pool, always putting in 100%, getting ready, getting as fast as I can be, and then just telling myself that I'm putting in the work, and so however I race is whatever I've put in. I loved the school, I loved the team. It was definitely my favorite team environment that I got introduced to. And the school itself is amazing. The academics here are awesome, and they have brand new facilities, and the pool is pretty sweet. Yeah. So we train 6 days a week. 3 of those days we do 2-hour doubles, so 2 hours in the morning before classes and 2 hours in the afternoon after classes. And Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday we do an hour-and-a-half swim plus hour of weights in the weight room with an athletic trainer. And then we structure it. We do definitely more yardage towards the beginning of the week, and then say faster stuff towards the end of the week. So it's a good balance of training. I just kind of take it as it goes. If there's something that needs to be done, especially school-wise, your coaches are really supportive and are willing to help you make up a practice, or just making sure that you're getting everything done, but also taking time for yourself and time management. I grew up surfing because Southern California, and then I love baking, I love reading, and then hiking around here is pretty cool. I really, within my next 4 years, want to earn my Olympic trials cut, hopefully in the mile. I don't know, I want my whole team, I want a WAC conference win for my whole team, which would be really cool.
Well, Brent, we always talk about how hard it is playing at the D1 college level, and swimming is no exception. You're always chasing that faster time. You're always looking to get better. But the one thing that stood out to me was how she called out her coaches and said they were helping her get everything done in school and in life, even after having 2-a-days, 2-hour practices.
Yeah, these coaches help these athletes become better people and become better athletes on and off the field, or in this case, in the water.
Well, and it's super sick too because she still has time for her hobbies such as cooking and reading, which is super awesome.
It is. In other news, you were talking about basketball. I know the women's basketball team is playing currently right this moment, and it was 70-45, I think.
77-44, I believe, Brent, in the fourth quarter. They're wrapping up play against Rio Grande Valley right now.
After the break, Sun News guest anchor Annie Meerbrook will be back with your university news.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job, it's our promise.
Let's dive in, Trailblazers. Over the last semester, the Utah Tech Student Association has been urging students to vote for a new proposed student union building. The building would be in place of the current Student Activity Center. It would cost $75 million, $33 million from the state of Utah appropriations, $14 million from donations, and $28 million from student fees. This would require a $22.25 increase of fees each academic year, stopping at $89. The needed amount to fund the debt would be $65 a semester, with an additional $24 fee to cover operating expenses. Amenities advertised in the building include 3 times more dining options than what campus currently has, bigger event space, and a new campus store with street access. If the majority vote is yes, the building is estimated to break down in 2026. This is a 5-year build. Voting will take place online through MyUT February 5th at 11 a.m. and will end February 6th at 11:50 p.m. As for the athletics, the football program at Utah Tech announces 10 new staff and coaches to the team for this upcoming season. The team will be joined by Greg Stevens as the new offensive coordinator and Patrick Moynihan as the new defensive coordinator, as well as 8 other newly filled positions. With the United Athletic Conference expansion of an 8-game football season, the Trailblazers are set to take on Abilene Christian at home for the first game on September 28th. And that's all for your university news. I'm Annie Meerbrook. Stay tuned because after the break, you'll learn more about the coaches joining the Trailblazers this season, including a former NFL player.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Thanks, Annie. Starting off with the defense, Patrick Moynihan is reuniting with Anderson after serving as an assistant line coach on Anderson's defensive staff at Stanford for 6 years, from 2017 to 2022. This past season, Moynihan was the defensive coordinator at St. Louis University in Canton, New York. Prior to his time at Stanford, Moynihan spent 4 seasons at Kenyon University as their linebackers coach. He played 4 seasons at Davidson, where he was a 2-time All-Pioneer League selection. While playing, he set the single-season record for most tackles with 122, as well as tackles in a game with 22.
Greg Stevens is another new addition to the Blazer program, coming in as the new offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. Previously, Stevens served as the offensive coordinator at Southeastern Louisiana University. Stevens also mentored the 2020 Walter Payton Trophy winner and 2021 runner-up Cole Kelly, who was also the Louisiana Offensive Player of the Year. Overall, Stevens has done time with 9 football programs, one of them being Utah State. Nolan Given is starting his first season as a Blazer as the new tight ends coach. Givon played at the collegiate level for both San Diego State and Ball State. Givon racked up 51 catches for 352 yards and 6 touchdowns as a Ball State Cardinal. Givon has also coached with Greg Stevens in the past at Southeastern Louisiana.
Ray Clark comes from the Utah Tech after serving as a defensive backs graduate assistant coach at Arizona State University last year. Clark has also had defensive coaching stops at Stanford in 2022, the University of Idaho in 2021, the University of San Diego in 2020, and Montana State University Northern in 2019. Clark played 4 seasons at San Diego, where he was a 3-year starter at safety and helped lead the Trollers to 3 FCS playoff appearances, including the school's first ever NCAA postseason bid in 2014.
A familiar face, James Cowser is entering his 2nd season as a coach here at Utah Tech. Before being a Trailblazer, Cowser coached for 3 years at Weber State and was part of a Big Sky Conference championship and 2 trips to the NCAA Division I playoff. Cowser also has National Football League experience, playing 3 years with the Oakland, now Las Vegas Raiders.
Taylor Kolst joins the Utah Tech staff after serving as an offensive analyst at Boise State University last season. Prior to his time at Boise State, Kolst was an assistant quarterbacks coach and later an assistant wide receivers coach during a 2-year stint at Southern Utah University from 2020 to 2021.
Ali Niumatalolo is approaching his first season as the Blazers' outside linebackers coach. Niumatalolo played 4 seasons at the University of Utah from 2017 to 2021 and served as an offensive line assistant at UCLA last year. He also joined the University of Utah staff as a quality control coach in 2022.
John Sikora joins Coach Anderson's staff after spending 2 seasons as the offensive line coach at Berry College in 2022-2023 season. Prior to his time at Berry, Sikora worked as an offensive assistant and an offensive line assistant at Stanford from 2018 to 2021. Sikora began his coaching career at his alma mater, Waynesburg University, from 2015 to 2017, where he worked his way up from being a strength and conditioning intern to becoming a position coach. He's a 3-time All-President Athletic Conference pickup during his playing career at Waynesburg and was a 2-time Coast Academic All-American selection.
Steve Clark joins the Blazers after coaching 8 years as the tight end coach for Brigham Young University. Clark has coached all around Utah, coaching at Southern Utah University and Weber State University.
Jamison Clark just completed his 3rd season on the Trailblazers coaching staff and his 1st year as running backs coach. He spent the previous 2 seasons as a defensive assistant working with the defensive line. And there you have it. That's that 2024-2025 men's football team for the Utah Tech.
Well, I'm loving this setup here that the coaches are bringing in, Brant, because a lot of them have experience coaching in the WAC, coach in Utah. They know what they're going to bring to this team. They know the game plan that SUU is going to bring, Weber State's going to bring, and Utah State's going to bring. They know a lot about the state of Utah and play in the Western Athletic Conference. And we also have coaches with NFL experience, Las Vegas Raiders, Oakland Raiders, 3 years with them. And then we have other coaches coming in, UCLA and Stanford, 2 Pac-12 teams that have been powerhouses in the past.
And I'm excited for this year to see how different of a football team this is. Because, you bring in a bunch of different coaches, it's going to change your complete offense and defensive gameplay.
It's going to change the culture as well. I mean, I think it's going to be for the better because last year, obviously, dreadful. Defense was absolutely terrible. Offense, rushing yards, dead last in the WAC, but passing yards was great. But you need a balanced offense, and you need a defense that can hold teams to less than 28 points per game. And that's it for this week's edition of Sun News Blazer Beat. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you here next week. Same time, same place. Have a great week, Trailblazers.